What's up, world? It's your boy Sincere. Pretty much, I just want to come online and talk. I have a lot on my head and my heart right now, and it's a lot of wild shit going on in the world. So I need to talk about it and discuss how I feel about certain things. I got a report coming out about Jade Helm. I'm doing it right now, and actually, after I get done talking and releasing these few things I gotta say. Um, all this Jade Helm stuff people keep talking about, man. Listen, I guarantee you when I drop what I'm about to drop, everybody's gonna switch their train of thought. Jade Helm is not what you think it is. It really isn't. Everybody completely missed the big picture. I was waiting to see if somebody was gonna go ahead and talk about Jade Helm in the right way, but I'm seeing that's not happening at all. So I believe it's my duty to go ahead and try to do it because I just can't, stand to see everything I keep seeing, man. It's crazy what I'm seeing about JL. It's absolutely wild. Like, I agree, it's a lot of military movement. I've even filmed some of it myself. But there's a bigger reason why. There's a bigger part to the picture. And I think I'm finally ready to talk now. It just took me a long time. But I'm going to release some good information that's public information. I'm not going to give any government secrets away, if you will. I'm going to release what I think and also public information. That's right there. My interpretation of public information, but everyone missed the bigger picture of what Jade Helm is. I promise to Jesus. When you see what I'm gonna put out, you'll understand. So that was my quick 2-minute talk about Jade Helm. Black Lives Matter. Hmm. Hmm. I'm feeling some kind of way about the Black Lives Matter movement right now. Probably gonna get some hate mails because of this. I've been a huge supporter of Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna continue to be a supporter of Black Lives Matter because they do. Period. It's just a fact. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's the sloppiest Black Lives Matter movement possible. I mean, it's terrible. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's terrible. There's no organization. There's nobody really taking full charge. Really, nobody of that kind of authority, power, and control that's dedicating time to it to take full charge and say, you know what, I'm gonna take care of this and hold this down. We're gonna grow it up, get a little committee going, and really branch out here and maybe even become something like a brand new NAACP of the air without all the errors of NAACP. So I don't see anybody branching out in Black Lives Matter to do that. What's up? What's going on? You can't tell me that, oh, it's happening. Look, I've been fighting for Philip White for over 3 months now. We hitting about 120 days now that my friend's been dead. That the men that killed him, the officers, they back to work. How that happen? I've been barking online. I got videos that's over 500,000 and other videos that's in the thousands. And there's articles all over the internet. You just Google Philip White, New Jersey. You're going to see everything. Click on the hashtag on Facebook, Justice for Philip White. You're going to see everything. I mean, no organization, no effort, none of the big voices. And I know I could start naming names of what big voices I know about Philip White. Nothing. Anonymous even chirped in the beginning. Helped get a little kick off the ground. Since then, nothing. So, this Black Lives Matter, they gotta matter to us first. There's two key things to Black Lives Matter. First, they gotta matter to us, and I'm not talking about black on black violence. I'm not talking about that. I'm like everybody else. I can't stand when something happens and white people hop on the Facebook post, oh, Black Lives Matter, but y'all got to worry about the violence in your neighborhoods. I'm not talking about that. Nah. We got to, it goes much deeper than that. We got to become more attentive to our own affairs as black people. We're not good stewards over our own culture because our culture is lost. Many of us don't know our relatives, we don't know our family, we don't know our history, we don't know anything. It is what it is. And that was a systematic plan that's been done in the environments we've been placed in, the ghettos and stuff like that. But we got to get better at that. If black lives really matter, we got to matter to us. We got to invest in learning about us, me included. I don't know much. You know, I got a father. He live in Baltimore somewhere, but I don't know much about my Norman side of the family. I know a few people, but I didn't grow up with them, and kind of avoided that side of my life because of the kind of person he was. So I think a lot of young men out there got the same story as me. You know, you got a dad that was kind of terrible. You probably ain't close with that side of the family. Like, you don't really deal with nobody like that, you know? So we all live that kind of lie, you know, where we act like we cool everybody cousin, bro, but we don't know them dudes. We don't know them chicks. Like, it is what it is, you know? Ain't nobody spending real quality family time. The closest people I know, especially in the black communities, honestly, are the people that live in more impoverished neighborhoods, what you would call the hood. I done lived in all kinds of neighborhoods. I done spent a lot of time in the hood. And I'm going to tell you like this, people in the hood are tight, people in the hood are close, but people in the hood are emotional too. So, you got a lot of people that let things break them up and all that kind of stuff. But, there's a lot of unity in the hood. But when you start to see that go away, what we're seeing now, it's a problem. Black Lives Matter. We need to change. I said a couple things. It's actually more than a couple things, man. I don't want to just limit it to a couple things. Honestly, like when you talk about Black Lives Matter, yeah, we need to matter to ourselves. That's true, but at the end of the day, like I said, it branches into so many different directions. A part of caring for yourself and having worth and that self-worth and building that up and learning about yourself, your culture, your history, and promoting that to your children is education. We got to get big on education. It's a lot of people running around talking about Black Lives Matter. Well, I'm not saying everybody has to be a genius. I'm not saying everybody has to have a computer, degree or nothing like that. I am saying everybody should know how to use one of these smartphones and a computer by now. If you don't know how to do that, something wrong. Something wrong. You gotta go talk to somebody, get a friend that got a computer and sit down and learn something. But at the end of the day, we gotta get this education thing right. If we can't get education right, and we can't, help the next generations that are coming up so that they can help the next generations, then we are going to consistently and constantly be behind. We were already behind. If you haven't watched the movie Slavery by Another Name, watch it. It's on my YouTube channel, as a matter of fact. Go to YouTube, type in Who is Sincere, and subscribe to it, and look at Slavery by Another Name. Man, listen, there's been a system of convict leasing. And you'll find that in the movie, convict leasing, where we pretty much, we were put into a bad position where slavery was legalized after slavery was slavery was abolished after slavery was abolished. Everything a black man did became a crime. From that point forward, they started renting us from the jails back to the same slave owners. A lot of people don't know that part of history. And that system has continued on and still continues on today, and it's called the law. So, it's a lot of things, man, that we need to learn and that we need to, address as people, because we can't allow these things to keep happening to us. But if Black Lives Matter, then we're going to have to start talking about some serious things. We're going to have to start talking about some real issues and not just the people getting killed. There's a lot of people alive that need to know that Black Lives Matter. So we got, so many issues to talk about when we talk about Black Lives Matter. But the thing that I want people to understand the most about, not just us having so many issues to talk about with Black Lives Matter, but we need to figure out how to get organized. It's not even just all about the issues. It's also about the organizational efforts that happen on behalf of some of these marches, some of even just the online organization. I'm trying to put myself in a position right now to have more resources so I can actually contribute more, to Black Lives Matter. So, like I said, I'm going to continue contributing, even though I know it's a mess right now. But things get better. I have hope. I have belief. Not everything starts out good. But the fact that Black Lives Matter has started is enough in itself. You know what I mean? And I believe that can be our stepping stool to getting back to some of our roots and also moving forward in the future so that we can have a better life. We don't want to be stuck in these same situations. Who wants to be stuck in the ghetto? Nobody want to be stuck in the hood. Nobody in their right mind want to be stuck in the hood. If you want to be stuck in the hood, fine, stay there. That's your life. I think that anybody in their right mind would like to have a working vehicle, a piece of land, and a nice home, and be able to afford it all comfortably. Why not? That's why they always said that's the American dream. So that's something that's comfortable for most people to be able to afford to get by on. I don't want to sound crazy and start talking about farming and all that. You'll be like, y'all start looking at me funny like I moved down south and turned into a farmer. So it's not like that, but at the end of the day, different strokes for different folks. I'm gonna learn how to do that because I just want to know how to do it. Period. But we got to talk about a lot of different issues for Black Lives Matter. We got to get organized. We got to talk about issues of self-sufficiency, like growing your own food and buying your own land and renewable energy sources. That's what I'm working on right now, developing something to talk, a platform to talk to Black people about that. Because if we're going to keep talking about people getting killed, well, I'm going to take Black Lives Matter, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to talk to you about the issues that are really prevalent right now, and that we can fix and we can actually do something about, like, while we still have time to do something about it, because time is running out, whether you know it or not. It's a lot of white people out there that don't understand what's going on too, and I sit back and I just laugh and I'm like, man, y'all don't know, y'all about to be the next slaves. You're gonna feel like how Black people feel in a second. It's going to be two classes in this country. It's not going to be a middle class. It's going to be the haves and the have-nots. You think it's not going to boil down to that? You kidding yourself. You straight up kidding yourself. Don't do that to yourself. I mean, come on. If history has taught us anything, is that there's always been a regime change. So we're in the middle of one right now. This is not a joke. It's not a game. What you see going on with Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff, that's race wars. Technically, it's race wars. I'm going to support Black Lives Matter because I believe I can turn it into something else, and I believe I can turn it into a platform to have a lot of African Americans listen to me and see what I'm talking about when I mean unity for all people, because there's a way that I could talk and actually bring people an understanding that this is unity for all. And also, I'm not just going to stay on Black Lives Matter. I'm going to move to the All Lives Matter too, because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to boil down to. We got to do it all together. Everybody has different qualities. Everybody has different attributes. And if you use them collectively, that's how you empower and, create a better mankind. Who wants to, people are trying to live these superhero lives. That's the problem. These people at the top have so much money that they're playing Fantasyland, and they're trying to make us believe that we should play Fantasyland with them. I don't want to play Fantasyland. I don't want to live a superhero life with a chip in my body and superpowers and all. Nah, I'm good on all that. I don't need that. I'm good. Give me some land. Give me my own home that I don't have to pay no mortgage on and pay all this extra money for electricity and wasted resources. Give me some solar panels. Give me a car that don't need gas. Give me those types of things. Give me stuff that's not gonna make me feel like I'm being an economic slave my whole life. Let's start talking about those things for the black community. All right, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about that. I don't want to talk about people getting killed anymore. I really don't. Unfortunately, we probably are going to talk about it because it's going to keep happening, but I don't want to do it no more. I want to start to move the conversation forward, progressive. We have to make progress. We got to get organized. We can't keep sitting here and being sloppy with with the precious time we've been given. People think all this money is valuable. Man, this money ain't valuable. People creating it know it ain't valuable. That's why they create it. At the end of the day, it's to fool you. They create it. They keep as much of it as they want. Ain't no accountability for them. You create a big old crate of money and put it in the garage. They're great. You just create yourself $1 billion. You feel what I'm saying? That's not fair. Come on, man. We're living off of, false freedoms right now. A lot of people have to wake up and realize false freedoms ain't going to get you nowhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. The illusion is not going to get you anywhere. And that's for people in the Black Lives Matter movement and outside of that too. Right now, so many people living in illusion, and it's sad. It's really sad, man. All this, working to pay taxes and to pay bills and all that. That is not the American dream. Somewhere along the way, we got tricked, and it's okay. It's all right. We got tricked. Our forefathers got tricked. We all been deceived a little bit by this, elite great at the top with all these special interest groups in Washington and all this, and not just Washington and all the governments of the world. You have special interest groups, and then you have money that controls that, and big, then you have people, the families behind the big banks. So there's this paradigm of control that's so far above the normal citizen's head that they don't understand what's going on. All they want to do is just work, have a little plot of land, nice little house, decent little putt to get around in, and be happy with the love of their life and a couple little youngins and a dog. Sound cool to most people. But you got other people at the top. They want to own $100 billion. They want to figure out how to flip that 100 billion to a trillion. They don't care who they trample on in the process to do it, and they don't care who dies, who cries, or anything else. So you got a couple different people, groups of people living on the planet, and that's what we're battling with. It's going to be a constant battle. It's just going to happen like that. But we have to figure out amongst ourselves is how not to battle amongst each other. Look, these people up top, they make rules. And when they make rules, they get us to act like we're participating in the process, but they're really just giving us limited choices. So when they make rules, the way that the rules are enforced is by us complying. We don't have to comply with every rule we hear. We don't have to comply with every law that you hear. You have people walking around. The new fear is the fear of not complying. That's the trickery you've been tricked into. You're walking around in fear of not complying. You want to make sure that you're in compliance all the time. Because as long as you're in compliance, you're safe. Come on. That feels like freedom. Stop playing. I'm tired of walking around as a black man in America feeling like I gotta be in compliance everywhere I go. The way I'm talking on this YouTube is not how I talk all the time when I'm in public talking with certain groups of people. I'm talking like this because I'm at home and I'm chilling, and it's my cell phone and it's my internet service. I paid for it. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm chilling. I'm being me. When I go in public, if I'm meeting up with somebody that might be named Tom, hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy? All right, listen. Well, we're going to meet down at the marina. If you guys want to meet us down there, that'll be great. I'm going to talk up a little bit and change a little bit. We shouldn't have to do that, people. We shouldn't have to do that. We should just be allowed to be ourselves and create a unity amongst each other, being ourselves and being comfortable being our independent selves. But unfortunately, it's not the way, things work. So I got a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things on my heart, a lot of things on my, it's my spirit, man. I don't even want to start talking about religion too much because I'll stay on that topic for a while. A lot of trickery going on in religion, It, I'll say this, they're only attacking a certain religion across the planet. Honestly, a certain religion is really being attacked across the planet, and it's being marketed as an attack on that religion. I'm not even going to say what it is because I know everybody listening knows I'm a part of that religion. So this religion is being attacked, and the nation was quote unquote built on it. So I'm laughing at what's going on right now because you'll have a lot of people that will deny religion, but then when you look at all the other places across the globe that pretty much deny this religion, it's quite evident. There's a reason that the religion is being denied. Some people say, oh, it's responsible for the deaths of millions of people and stuff like that. No, humans are responsible for the deaths of millions of people, not a religion. You feel me? So at the end of the day, that's another trick, from religion. And humans just have this terrible tendency. If we didn't even have religion, if the religion had no name, people will still kill people. Period. It's just because people are killed or built with this kill switch on them. Some people turn it on, others don't. So at the end of the day, man, we got to get off of even the religion kick anymore. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do the religion, colors, none of that, man. I took all the Confederate flag lovers off my Facebook the other day, right? Then I found this dude. So this guy, he has a Confederate flag, and I'm in one of these groups, and I look at one of his videos. It's a pretty good video. Well, this guy talked for a little bit, but he was very knowledgeable. He knew what he was talking about. Connected with him a lot. I could tell he probably had a little bit of, he was one of them dudes, He probably had a little. He talked very well about black people, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, certain things he said just kind of clicked, a little bit off with me, just to say to be honest with you. But I'm listening to the people that are out there that are awakening and realizing and seeing what's going on, and the people that have been awake for a while, and now people are starting to listen to them, and I'm seeing a shift, and I'm seeing a change. I'm hoping that these shifts and these changes start to line up. I don't want to see Black Lives Matter in the left side of the field while you got Confederate flag lovers that aren't racist. I'm gonna give y'all some credit. Some Confederate flag lovers that aren't racist. They're just not smart. Just to be honest with you and keep it real with you. A lot of people don't understand the history behind that. But you have people on these different sides of the field, and they have labels. And the thing is, once you get caught up in all these labels, that's the problem. Because, Democrat, Republican, black, white, Christian, Muslim. These labels, man, are what's hurting things. So I think that I can help out by jumping in the equation and saying, hey, wait, we can look at everything different. They might shoot me for saying this, but we can look at our economic system, completely different. We don't have to participate in the way that the economic system necessarily works. We can kind of change it. And if people massively do things at one time, then guess what? That's what really pushes change. It's not really about talking about it. It's just about doing it. Period. Do something. Create change. Come on. Follow me. Follow me on YouTube. I'm about to drop some knowledge. I'm not playing games no more, man. I don't care who's with me, who's against me. I was trying to build up a team of people. I was like, man, this is whack. I'm not building up a team of people. I'm just going to go on YouTube and talk. I'm in a room where, I'm very self-conscious, to be honest with you. But now I'm sitting in a room. I got this crazy background behind me. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all need to hear what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I got some ideas that could really help change things, man. I think if we do them together, And eventually, if the concepts catch on and we start to build communities of people with the same ideas and the same concepts, that's how we start to affect change. That's how we, bring about the most change. I see a lot of stuff going on that just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. I love my black conscious brothers because they're trying to do something, you know what I mean, and be conscious and get back to the roots and stuff like that. So I don't want to exclude them when I say black people don't understand their roots and where the history and where they come from. It's not true about everybody. I'll get the black conscious people that be like, oh, you don't know about your roots, that's your problem, blah blah blah. Nah, brother, I get it. I get it. Trust me. I understand some of my roots, some of my history. I'm pretty good on it. But at the end of the day, we can't live our roots. We can only use them to define who we want to become tomorrow. But we don't have to use even the, symbology of some of the places because, maybe it's not that person, Just be honest with you. I see a lot of crazy things going on in the black conscious movement. I love them brothers, like I said, but we gotta start getting more real, people. We gotta get real. We gotta stop becoming so extreme with ideas. You wanna hear an extreme idea? Get a piece of land, get a nice, cheap, affordable, good house. Good house. I'm not gonna say what kind yet because I'm putting together a little package to talk to y'all about soon. Get some solar energy or another form of alternative energy. Get yourself a solar vehicle. Invest in a revolution. Ta-da! There's an idea. Get income tax, and you know what? You take Uncle Sam's money and use Uncle Sam's money to invest in the Black Lives Matter into a revolution. That's called an idea. That's called thinking. That's called initiative. That's called doing something. That's called when you act and do something like that. That's called progressive. That's called change. But you ain't gonna get Obama to tell you that. You're gonna get a black dude that just, I'm from New Jersey. I'm down here in Tennessee now. Just a black dude. That's all. Ain't nobody. Military veteran. It's the normal dude. Few kids. Ain't nobody. But I can give you ideas that make sense. Because my brain is sharp. And a lot of other people have sharp brains too. You just have to wake up. I woke up a while ago. I view the world very differently from everybody else. I'm very much so about humanity. I like black people. I like white people. I like Spanish people. Coincidentally, I have a black child, a white child, and a Puerto Rican child. So I love all races, at the end of the day. I really do. And I care about, man, look, I just care about people. It's in my heart to care about people. I can't explain it to you, so I'm not going to sit here and try. But I care about people something deep, man, and I hate to see what people are going through right now. It's ridiculous. It's a waste of time. It really is. Let's Black Lives Matter, people. Let's band together. Let's get some things working. Let's be real. Come on, let's be real. Let's stop talking about all the people dying. Let's get some action behind, the Black Lives Matter. Some real action, some real unity. Not just Black Lives Matter, and then just for everybody else. I won't put any other groups. I just wanted to talk to Black Lives Matter and just really everybody else. Everybody else. Start uniting. Stop trying to bash the Black Lives Matter people. It is, we getting killed in these streets by black people, by white people, by Mexicans, by Puerto Ricans, by Colombians, by Canadians. We getting killed in these streets, and everybody else is getting killed too. Funny factor is this: we're not getting killed as much as you think we are. We got killed a lot more in 1993 than we did in 2013. Almost half as much. Go look at the FBI statistics. Violent crime has dropped for the last 20 years. But the media make you think that we're getting killed a lot. So statistically speaking, yes, we are getting incarcerated a lot more. We are getting killed less, though. That's something that you won't hear all the time. but we are getting incarcerated a lot more, and those apprehensions are involving a lot more deaths than normal. But the violent crime rate itself is tremendously down across the whole country, period. So, with that being said, let's get over the violence. Let's get over the shock factor of every black person that's killed by a white police officer, or vice versa, however you want to word it. Let's get over those kind of things. I'm not saying that none of the lives matter. They all matter. Let's fight just as hard for their justice. But at the end of the day, we got to add a layer to it now. We got to get progressive with this thing. We got to change our economic indifference to the white man if we're really going to do something. Black Lives Matter people. We have an economic and educational difference that's just, it's astounding. It's such a leap and bound that's, it's incredible. Some of you white people too, of poor economic conditions. Yes, I'm talking to you too. We have hoods in America, and we also have trailer parks. I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but when you live in a lower economic standard and you live, you know, I'm not trying to say all trailer parks are lower economic standard. Obviously they're not, but you know, I'm just talking about two groups of people. If you live in the hood or if you live in a trailer park, it doesn't matter what you live in a lower economic standard, or you just where the government wants you. You're perfect. You're just where the government wants you. You're on subsidy. You're on, you know, all kinds of programs, and you probably got an Obama phone, so you're monitored. You gotta wake up, but yet all the time the media be telling you, hey, look, that black neighbor over there, they probably have some thugs in there. Be careful. Them thugs is gonna rob you. And yet the media is telling, you know, us black people, be careful that white person over there. They probably have lynching parties. Come on, man. The enemy is the government. I'm going to keep it real with you. Yeah, I'm a military veteran. I said it. The enemy is the government. We've been taken over a while ago. It is what it is. You better look up and do your homework. You better see what's coming down the pipeline. I'm going to help you. Watch my Jade Helm video that's coming out. That's going to show you what's coming down the pipeline. You don't believe me? I dare you to go ahead and watch my video and fact check me. I'll put up $1,000. I don't even got it in my pocket right now. I'll go find $1,000, look for somebody real quick and put up $1,000. Yeah, what's up? I mean, that's chump change. Let's go. I'm telling you, I'm so comfortable and confident in what I'm saying because I want you to understand how comfortable and confident I am. The time is serious. The time is now. And I never do these kinds of videos, but had to get this off of my chest this morning. I couldn't go another second without talking about some of these things. So we got to get ready, Black Lives Matter people. We got to unify and get together with each other so that we can get together with the rest of the world and unify properly. We can't be equal if we're not equal. So we got to get equal. We got to work on getting ourselves up to the level of the people that have been running this country a little bit longer than us. Like, that's just keeping it real. We got to get ourselves to that level. And it's up to us to do it. It's not up to them to do it. We got to do it. We got to get ourselves economically up to that level. It's up to us to do it. We can do that too. And then we can unify with those same, you know, with the same race of people. It's not those same people. Trust me, a lot of people aren't racist. We can unify with that same race of people and they can enjoy our culture. We can enjoy their culture and values. And there's nothing wrong with that. So we got to get there. White people, deal with the Black Lives Matter movement. Embrace it. See what it's about. Don't reject it. And let's all keep an eye on the government. That's what we're looking at. Let's keep an eye on these big banks and special interests. This is Sincere from whoissincere.com. Make sure you follow my website. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Check me out on Facebook, Who is Sincere. I'm on Twitter, Homegrown Sin, S-I-N. And just follow me.